Hello and welcome to Henry Rule's Movie Reviews, where I take a look at films that I've never seen before that others likely will have done. And since this month is Autism Awareness Month, I figured why not cover some films that include autistic representation. And given the recent film, written and directed by Sia, music, positive autistic representation is very necessary, clearly, still, in this day and age. And people still have a misunderstanding of what autism is and how autistic people behave. And with that in mind, autistic awareness is pretty important, regardless of people saying, oh, we shouldn't have autistic awareness, we should have autistic acceptance month. I honestly don't think we're even there yet. Yeah, you know, in an ideal world, sure, but there are still people who are completely ignorant to autism and don't even know what it is. You know, I remember being in high school and mentioning to a classmate that I was autistic, and they were like, no, you're not. You're not autistic. You know, you're not sat in a chair just making noises. So I thought that this would be a good opportunity to cover some films that tackle the autistic experience, because there's quite a few that are representative, and perhaps ones I choose may be misrepresentative also, because I haven't seen them. You know, that's the whole idea of this channel. So to kick off, I thought, why not choose the 2017 rom-com Keep the Change, since it does actually feature two autistic leads in the film, which is sort of unheard of. Obviously, there's quite a number of autistic actors, and generally they don't play autistic roles. Obviously, that's one of the key aspects of being autistic, is masking and pretending to be someone that you're not to fit in and be normal in this structural heteronormative society in which we live. So I'm intrigued to see how, I say how accurate this is. Obviously the two leads are autistic, so it's going to have some degree of accuracy. So I'm going to give this a watch and see what I think. So the film revolves around an aspiring filmmaker named David, who is pushed by his parents with whom he lives to join a community group at a Jewish centre, I think, to socialise with others like him, where he meets a woman named Sarah who's attracted to him instantly.
I find you really smoking hot and so sexy.
Despite his ambivalence, and over some time, David starts to grow fond of her too. So let's just get this out of the way. I really enjoyed this. It's a really sweet film with genuine and lovely characters. With that being said, David's an arsehole. He's got such a dismissive attitude to everything, and when he's not being rude to someone, he's telling rape and Holocaust jokes on a date. Honestly, when I first saw him, he felt like a pound shop Tommy Wiseau. That's saying something.
Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you.
He has the suit, black sunglasses, which he rarely removes, and he just looks like an egomaniacal tosser. Sarah, on the other hand, is really sweet and patient, and she's funny too. And unlike David, she doesn't try to be funny. You know, she just is, which rubs off on him as the film progresses. Also, Jessica Walter, rest in peace, plays his mum, and I had no idea that she was in it until I saw her on screen, and yeah, she's very good in it. As always, I mean, she was just an excellent comic actress. It's such a shame that she passed on a few days ago, so this video is, well, I guess an unintentional tribute to her. The dialogue's very sharp and had me chuckling very frequently. There's a moment where they're in a cab and David says he doesn't want to be on a bus because he doesn't want to use homophobic language. And then Sarah's like, homophobic? He said, no, hobophobic. You know, against hobos. Which I thought was quite funny. I don't know if the dialogue was improvised or if it was in the script, but the whole thing had a very Nora Ephron influence running through it, which I really appreciated. I think both Brandon Polanski and Samantha Elisophon, I think that's how you pronounce the name, sorry if it's incorrect. They did a great job in their respective roles, and I really believed in them as a couple. Also, I rather enjoyed the jazzy score to it, which made it feel even more New York. It also highlights pretty well what being an autistic person is like, and how difficult it can be for others to understand you, which should really not be surprising considering they did actually cast autistic lead actors in it. And, well, actually a good portion of the cast is autistic because there's quite a large number of autistic actors who are in the community group, including a really entertaining character who's like a stage director for a play or a musical that's happening. He's great, he really steals the show. There's a moment towards the end after David introduced Sarah to his parents who are not best pleased, and they dismissively call her weird, like, oh, you don't want to be with someone like that, she's weird, and you know, you need to have like someone who's more mature than you and can take care of you, etc. And David says, you know, I like that she's weird because I'm weird, which I thought was such a wonderful sentiment, and oh, hit me right in the feels. Also, I really related to the line from which the title is taken, Keep the Change, since I don't like coins and I say that regularly to like, I'll just keep the change, and then they usually put it in the charity box. I'm gonna give this 7 out of 10. I really had a blast watching this. It was very heartwarming, and I hope more films like this are made in future. Obviously, we're getting more disabled actors playing those roles with the likes of Zach Gottsigan in Peanut Butter Falcon, which if you've not seen it is excellent, or Maya Kayama in 37 Seconds, another great film. I do believe we should be past the point where non-disabled actors get roles that should go to someone with that respective disability, but it still happens, sadly, and I hope that at some point that can be phased out, but we've still got some way to go, it seems. I do think that autism awareness is extremely important, and hopefully we can get to a point where we can be accepting of autistic people and there being more information about us so we don't need awareness and people know and embrace our differences. But honestly, maybe I'm cynical, but I just don't see that happening anytime soon, because I still regularly meet people who don't understand what autism is, and how can you accept something when you don't even know what it is? And if we can't fix racism, homophobia, sexism, transphobia, how are we going to make people accepting of autistic people, or just people with disabilities in general? I'm not hopeful. Especially when you have organisations like Autism Speaks, who are essentially a eugenicist hate group wanting to cure us and fix us. You know, we're not missing a puzzle piece, and that's what your harmful bigoted logo represents. So yeah, fuck them, and shame on you, Sia, for consulting them for your film instead of actually autistic people. And I really hope you do learn from this, because your film is damaging to the autistic community and still portrays horrible, harmful stereotypes that are outdated and need to belong in the Stone Age. Anyway, thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the film if you've seen it, and if not, then let me know what you thought of the review. Love to have some praise heaped on me, or criticism. I'm equally fine with either. And yeah, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon.